Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Shabbat Shalawam. I'm gonna get into it, man. Alright, Shabbat Shalawam. Share the love. Alright, let's get started. Let's get started. First and foremost, facing the east. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yeramiah Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson. Through the spirit, power, and might of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Kakadash, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. At the end of the day, let me share this live out real quick. Alright, because it'll be a quick one, man. You know, Shabbat Shalawam to everybody. And where the brother Bahasham off at, man? The brother, let me see. Alright. I get a brother like 1 minute to get up in here. I know on the East Coast it's kind of late. Hey, Shalawam. Shalawam, every brother and sister up in here. All right, Shabbat Shalawam. So, the title of this one is going to be Don't Live with a Woman. Okay? Because we was in a chat and we was talking about this simpleton, which I'm going to show the video of him. Okay? And you have... I didn't really know this was a thing. You have a certain thing going on where people are getting married, but they're living in separate households. Okay, that's actually what's really going on right now. So where you don't even, you stay with your wife. You stay in your own house. She stays in her own house. Yeah, this is going on. Okay, now a brother Durashimov was like, where the elder said not to live with a woman, and they said that, right? But what did the elders mean? And not a rebuke or nothing to the brother, all right? But it's just understanding we may get some things confused, right? When the elders say that, they mean that you don't move in with a woman, okay? You do not move in with a female. All right, if you have a house and you start talking to a woman and all of that, and let's say y'all get married, whatever, she can move in with you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So when the elders said don't live with a woman, they mean you do not move in with a woman, because especially Judah, all right? These women like to control a man. They like to, whenever they get in their feelings, they like to kick a man out. Well, get out my house, because it's her house. This is why the elders say don't live with a woman. Because Eve is extremely petty, toxic, bitter, and she will kick you out of her house. Right? So let's go over a couple scriptures letting you know that a man is supposed to go forth and set up his own household. And you can have a woman come and live with you, not the other way around. All right, Genesis 2:18. And Yahawah power said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." A helpmeet, meaning a woman. A woman is there to help, to support, right? And this, even in this scripture right here, it's letting you know that the man is the head. And Yahawah Power said, "It is not good that the man should be alone." So the man was created first. The man had a counterpart made for him that would help him, to benefit him, right? So, we jump down to 24. "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh." Right? Now, first and foremost, let me go play that video of this goofy individual going forth and living separately with his wife. All right. Where is it at, man? It's right here.
Alright. Try to see. Make sure you lock the door. Okay?
And then if you go on the page, all right, who is it? Who is it? None other than Eve, Esau's best friend, man. All right. You go through her page a little bit. I ain't about to go through it, but I went through it earlier. It was one post I wanted to find. This is Evie Eve, man. Evie Eve. It was one she was like, "I'm laying down house rules." Where is it at?
Expected visit, but unexpected pop-up time. Checking
And look who it is. It's Esau. All right. So what are those kids?
Time. Checking things at pop-up time.
Those Edomites. Listen to what she said.
Expected visit, but unexpected pop-up time.
Expected visit. This nigga has to visit his house. He has to visit his kids. He has to visit his wife. But they are married.
Is it floored?
There's the one,
Floored.
man.
Are you floored? Because this is floored. Are you floored?
Married
Because
but
this
living
is just
separate.
goofy.
What peace looks
You are
like.
officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I gotta give it to you, floored. Are you?
And a lot of these Eves, what do? They sit back and watch women that are empowered, that push that same vibration, that push that same independent, well, what's the word, man? Boss bitch. All right? That's what they think they are. Boss, B-I-T-C-H's. It was one, let me see, right here. All right? I need to set some house rules, because why is there so much activity at this time of night? All right? Yeah, exactly, bro. Candace is married to an Edomite. So this Eve, of course, she would attract that type of situation. She's married to an Edomite, right? Therefore, those kids are bastards, all right? It's all backwards. Now, a woman talking about, "I need to set some house rules, because why is there so much activity at this time of night?" This is extremely backwards, man. But you see these type of things going on where? In Babylon. This don't even go on in heathen nations. You can go to Saudi Arabia. This will never happen. You can go to Singapore, China. This is never going to happen. All right? Japan, this does not happen. Okay? But in America, Babylon, you have weird situations like this where a woman is bossing her man around. You have simp. Let's get the word simp, because that's what these individuals are. Simp is internet slang used to describe someone, often a man, who is overly attentive and submissive to a romantic interest, especially when the attention is not reciprocated. It can be seen as a form of excessive deference and can imply a lack of self-respect in the pursuit of affection. You'll do anything for that woman, man. You're basically a R&B singer, man. You over here crying over her, making love songs about her, trying to get her back, things of that nature. All right, you submissive, right? We used to call them sap. Sorry ass Pussy, right? That's what you are. You know, you a sap ass. All right, that's what we used to call individuals that were simpish, because you just sorry. You're not a man. You're moving in the vibration of a female. What does the scripture say about it? Effeminate, right? 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. And it reads, know ye not that the unrighteous, because it's, believe it or not, it's unrighteous to be a simp. That's not how you're supposed to be. That's not how you were created. That's not how you were made. It's unrighteous to be a simp. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of power? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Let's get the word effeminate. And I'll just get it into Google. Right? Effeminate, with reference to a man. So effeminate and simp goes hand in hand. Having characteristics and ways of behaving traditionally associated with women and regarded as inappropriate for a man. Okay? And you know, it goes along the line of being a mo. Alright? Being a mo, being too damn sensitive, being too damn emotional, being weak, getting walked over by a woman. We go back to the video. That's what's going on to this dude. He's getting walked over. He's getting walked over by Eve. She's setting house rules on him. They living separately, right? That's not his house. Let me see. Let's keep it going. But that's a what? That's a heathen, man. So we don't expect him to really understand it. But it's Israelites that live this same type of way because they take on the vibration of Esau. They move in the same type of fashion. Let's go to 1 Timothy 5. And verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house. So who does that house belong to? That man. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel, which basically is a non-believer, man. All right. So part of this truth is actually taking care of your kids, bro. You don't supposed to be no deadbeat dad in this truth. Okay? You don't supposed to be no deadbeat dad, period. Right? You're supposed to take care of your house. This is why the first thing when you get out of your parents' house should not be getting with a woman. Women shouldn't even really be on your mindset. All right? You need to establish yourself first. You need to, hopefully you got a job or you got a plan. You're going to maybe go to college or whatever, which is some bullshit. All right, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother life. All right. But, hey, if you come into this truth, then that's great. Right? That's great. And get a little 9 to 5, something to support yourself. That's great. Right? So establish yourself. You want to establish yourself first, because money is what? Money is a defense. So while we down here enduring until the end, we have to make money. We have to provide for our family. That's a part of it. So you have to provide for your family, right? If you don't do that, you worse than an infidel, a non-believer. You just a trash ass individual, all right? Infidel, unfaithful, faithless, and unbelieving, all right? Incredulous. The Strong's definition says, without faith, a heathen, all right? Or incredible, that's not it. That believeth not, faithless, all right? Infidel, unbeliever. Basically, this is what you do not want to be, right? That you're called. That's what we reading. 1 Timothy 5 and 8. That's what we reading. All right. So you got to provide for your family. You got to rule well your own house. Let's go to 1 Timothy 3rd chapter. And start at the top. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. Now we understand, because individuals would take the husband of one wife and twist it, saying you must have one wife. That's incorrect. At this time period, what was going on? Women were doing similar things such as this. Right? Having individuals stay in different houses, having different husbands, right? Having multiple husbands, things of that nature. So this was going on where Timothy lived at. This was going on in the book of Corinthians. This was going on in, Galatia. This was going on amongst our people. The women were in the same vibration that they in right now. Yeah, like things is new under the sun. No, these women was acting like this back then. They was acting this same type of way. Talking about she's a boss bitch. It would just be she's a boss Greek. She's a boss Galatian. She's a boss Corinthian. She's a boss Ephesian. She's a boss Philippian. That's what she would think she is. These women back in the day, manipulating men, throwing men all left and right. Go fight in the gladiator games for me, right? Go do this for me. Go do this for me. Boom, boom, boom. So you had simps in every generation. This shit ain't new. If you was a simp right now, you was a simp back then, man. This shit does not change with your simp ass. All right? Verse 3, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. So you got to rule your own house. You have to. How can you rule your own house if you're not even there? You getting kicked out your house at night at 10:45, man. You got to go. You're married but separate. All right? That's crazy. And this is not the first case of this issue which I've seen. This is not the first time I've seen this. This is just the first time I was like, all right, let me make a video on this. This mess is crazy, but this is the mindset of Babylon. It's extremely perverse. Verse 5, for if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of power? Now, going back to what the brother Darashamaf said, and is the brother in here? Nah. But it's all good. But understanding this, when the elders say not to live with a woman, I'll break this down one more time. They mean do not move in with a woman, meaning a woman that has her house and she wants you to move in with her because she will manipulate you. She will kick you out. Whenever she get mad, she will tell you to get your shit and go. All right? I've seen it happen before. And brothers, you know what I'm talking about. All right? Women will use that house on your ass. They will use it to control you. All right, go sleep on the couch. Do this. Do that. Well, if you don't want to do this, you can take your shit and get out of my house. You know how these women are, man. They wicked. So when the elders say don't live with a woman, they mean don't move in with a woman. They do not mean that you can't have a woman move in with you. All right? I've never moved in with a woman. I've always had my own shit, and I would have a woman come and live with me. And then if she get on my nerves or whatever to that point, I'm kicking her ass out, man. Especially when I was in the world. All right? I had two women. I had, 2 relationships in the world that was like that, kind of toxic. And at the end of those relationships, I kicked those women out. Right? That's because I had my own shit. I wasn't living with them. I had the control. I was the man. I was paying the bills. I was doing this and doing that. I did not need them. As a man, you don't supposed to be relying upon a woman, because that puts you in simp territory. You need this woman to pay your car note. You a Jody round here. You need to drive her car. You doing all that type of shit, bro. No, man. This is why if you don't got the money to deal with a woman, guess what? Don't deal with a woman. All right, let's go to 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, and we'll wrap it up over there. This is a real short one. It's just that the brother said that, and he got it misunderstood. Talking about don't live with a woman when it's referring to you not moving in with a woman. It's not referring to you not living with a lot of us brothers, we got wives, man. Right? At the end of the day, are we supposed to kick our wives out? No. All right? Is you never give a woman that power over you. You never give a woman that authority over you. Okay, now this is 1 Corinthians 7 and 6. But I speak this by permission and not of commandment. Right? So what does that mean? He's speaking this by permission, not of commandment. This is not a commandment, but it's through wisdom. Paul is allowing you, he's letting you know, hey, it would be wise to do this because what was going on at the time period. Women were acting just like these women now. We always tell you, Micah 2:10, this is not our rest. Because even down to the women, they're corrupt. They're polluted. The women, you can get with a woman now, man. You be messing with her and you thinking she's single and she's not single. She's just good at hiding it. So I would tell you the same thing as Paul told you, man. All right? It's best for you not to get married. It's best for you to just focus on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, do this work and wait for those women in the kingdom. Because these women around here are scandalous. If you want a good woman, pray for it, bro. Wait on Isaiah 4:1. Okay? The brother Mr. Stewart said that's actually what I'm on. And that's wise. That's wisdom. Because these women are bro, you get caught up with these women, man. These women will set you up. You be dealing with a woman for some months. You looking at red flags, things of that nature. You trying to be real cautious and safe. You finally go over her crib. 3 dudes run up in the crib with pew-pews and they robbing you. All right? Things like that, man. Especially where I'm from, that was known to happen. You know? You got dudes that get these girls. They might be beefing with an individual and they'll get a little nice little girl. They'll tell that girl, hey, go talk to him. Boom, boom, boom. Set him up. They'll get a woman to set you up and then they'll come and rob you. They'll come and set you up. That's because you in a simp mind frame. All right? You're not moving correctly. Now let's keep it going. I say therefore, verse 7. But I would that all men were even as I myself. Because Paul did not take a wife. But every man have his proper gift of power. One after this manner and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. So it's good for you not to be married. But we understand it comes with a burning desire. Let's go back to the top. Verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. All right. So if you cannot control the itch, you just got to have a female, then, do your thing. But use wisdom. Be wise in it. All right? Because I'm telling you, these women are trifling. Okay? Now going back to verse 9. But if they cannot contain, let them marry. So he's basically repeating what he said in verse 1 and 2. But if they cannot contain, let them marry. For it is better to marry than to burn. Having that desire, that burning, where, you got to get some. We all know that feeling, man. All right? We got to be adults in here, man. All right? We're going to act like, what is he talking about? What's the burn? All right? So if you can't contain yourself, you ain't strong-willed, then it's best for you to maybe possibly marry or date or do something like. Ain't really no dating. It ain't no damn dating, man. All right, you get with a female and y'all get to that point. Y'all have intercourse. Y'all married according to the scriptures. So it ain't really no dating, man. All right. At the end of the day, now you could say courting. You courting, but it's not like you don't need to be courting not with the intentions to marry. You're courting with the intentions to marry. You're not just out here fucking around, boom, 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 boom. Cause then what are you being? You're being a whoremonger. You're just lustful. You're overindulging. This ain't the time period to be on that. You should not be on that. You mess around and catch a STD, and then you be like, damn, all right? But that's what it is. Okay? Hey, the water, man. Hey, Halalyam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Any edification I ever bring out is of the strength and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You know, and it's the scriptures at the end of the day. So that's pretty much it. Summarizing this whole lesson, do not move in with a woman. A woman will manipulate you and use that to her advantage. You allow a woman, if you want to deal with a woman, you let that woman move in with you. As a man, you need to hold the power pieces. You need to hold the authority. And if a woman is a woman of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, she will get in line. She will be wanting that. She will want that guide and that protection. A real woman should want a man to be over her. Right? I mean, that makes sense. He is the stronger being. The woman is the lesser vessel. You know, she's weaker. She's more emotional. She's effeminate. She's more sensitive. Things rattle her more. Right? A woman really ain't built for war. Trust me, when I was in the military, I'm looking at these women, man. These women wasn't built for war. They wasn't built for what we was going through. You know, things of that nature. Like being out to sea 40 days, 45 days. And these women be on some, man, I got a couple stories I could tell. These women be on some shit, you know. And then they might look good day 1, 2, or 3. But on that 30th day, them bitches be stinking, looking bad. All right, brothers that been in the military, you already know what I'm talking about. If you've been on deployment, right? These women ain't built for war. They ain't supposed to join the military, man. All right? They not built for what men go through. They're not built for these environments. That's why women aren't supposed to be on the corners teaching. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be keepers at home. It's an order down here. Now, with that being said, man, if any questions, I'll take any questions. And I feel like that was plain, straight to the point. All right? Do never allow a woman to rule over you. Matter of fact, I get like 2 more scriptures that came to mind. This is Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. Who is that? That's these heathens. That's these wicked individuals. That's the ones that we are being ruled by the servants, man. They don't supposed to rule this planet right now. So they're our oppressors. They're children. They're childs. They're children, man. And women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to error and destroy the way of thy paths. You go back to the video. This woman is ruling over him. All right, it's 10:45. Time to go. Time for you to go home. We married, but you need to go to your house. I'm going to stay at my house. Right? Hey, Shalawam a lot. Okay? So at the end of the day, this is out of order, right? And exactly aboriginal. Women are supposed to rule over the children. They're supposed to teach the children. And they're supposed to teach younger women in this truth, right? Man, I came across a video. Dang, was it on this page? Oh, man. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to try to find it real quick because I just came across it. Right here. All right, I'm going to play this one real. I'm going to play a little bit of it because it's kind of long.
Call it what you want, but I do not believe a woman who is out of shape deserves to be in a relationship. When it comes to love,
Baby, be quiet. I have 6 chairs around my dinner table. Pick one and have a seat. How are you going to use scripture to promote your vain way of thinking? Bless your little young, unmarried, never had a baby heart. You're just as pretty as you want to be, and I can tell you probably thought you ate when you posted that video, but sweetie, it's obvious that you need some spiritual protein. I used to think that I knew everything when I was your age, too. Boy, I do not miss being that stupid. But keep...
Alright, so I ain't gonna play the rest of it, but she cooks her. This whole video. She goes into this little 20-year-old, man. Alright, so older women are supposed to teach younger women. You younger women, look for those older women, especially women in the truth. You can learn something. Alright, older man. We was in the store today, and we walked past this older couple, probably in their 60s or 70s. We walked past him, and my wife was like, "Man, she smelled good." I was like, "You need to go ask her what she wearing." Shit. So she been around the block. These older women have been around the block. They've dealt with their men for many years. If a woman has dealt with her man over a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, well, hey, something in that household, she knows how to keep him. The cooking, the whatever it is, right? You should seek that wisdom for these women to understand that. Because you younger women, you don't know how to keep a man. Let's just be honest, man. You do not know what to do. Most of you women, right? You over here doing BS type stuff, telling your man to get out the house at 10:45, right? So it's elders in every section, man, right? The elderly, they have been through life. Going back to this mess. And this is an Edomite, right? So at the end of the day, this is an Edomite with an Israelite woman. It's extremely corrupt. It's extremely tainted. This was spoke of in the book of Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, that we should not mess with these other nations. In a sense, it was talking about Canaanites. But even overall, it's a law like the law of the bastard, right? That your kids will be bastards if you go into if another man from another nation goes into a woman that is an Israelite, then that kid will be a bastard. That kid will not receive salvation. Doesn't matter how much you love that kid. You have dealt with another nation and doomed your children forever, right? Only Israelites will receive salvation. So reading this again, Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, these heathen nations, these wicked individuals, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. Big Mama messed up the hood. Big Mama corrupted the hood. Big Mama raised up gangsters and hoodlums. No discipline, no understanding. Where was the father at? Esau kicked the father out of the household, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. That was his number one priority, to get the Israelite man out of the Israelite household, or to get Eve with a heathen man to destroy the Israelite household, so that little Israelite family could be raised up in heathen practices, right? And I want to say Esau did a great job. He did a great job, man. All right, but it's ordained by the Heavenly Father for that to happen. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 31:22, and we about to wrap it up. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Now that was speaking about us as a nation, Israel, because we played the harlot. We was backsliding. We would get right, and then we would sin. We would get right again, then we would sin. Get right, then sin, etc., etc. We keep backsliding. You know, we taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Nobody gets too far like that. All right, for my country people. For Yahawah hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. So at this point in time, you have women ruling over us, ruling over the household, raising up kids, doing things of that nature, all right? And then also you have what? Esau and heathens ruling over us. Let's get another scripture to support that. This is Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So, like I said, this is the servants' kingdom. That's what it is. You have the servants ruling right now. You don't have the ones that's really supposed to be ruling in power. Because that horse speaks about power. For anybody who's ever rode a horse, you know when you own that horse, man, it's some power. You feel that. That's why a car is represented by horsepower. How many horses it has, right? Ferrari is a horse. Porsche is a horse. You know, these type of these sports cars, they're represented by horses because they have a lot of horsepower. Horse represents power. So the servants at this point in time have the power. And us, the princes, are walking upon the earth. We are walking as servants. We are in a servant's position. We are serving. All right? Yeah, get on your high horse. That's a good one, bro. Yeah, Shalawam. That's a good one. Get off your high horse. Exactly. You know? But a lot of individuals are about to be knocked off their high horse because the truth of the scriptures is back. The understanding is back. All right? And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is almost fed up with it all. It's all for an appointed time. And these women are going to get in order. And these servants are going to be knocked off their high horse. And the princes are going to be once again back in rulership. You know? Last scripture we'll get is Isaiah 4:1. Because what was we talking about? We was talking about that burning desire that brothers may have where you want a wife and you like, man, dang. Well, guess what? If you hold out, it's going to be a time period when women are flowing to you in like a flock, man. And you going to want them to get away from you. Like, damn, it's so many damn women. That's how it's going to be. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women, a complete number, shall take hold of one man. This is speaking about a man of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, a man in this truth, not just any ordinary man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right, the NLT says, basically you're marrying them so they won't, let's get it. So they won't be old hags. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. So this is speaking about marriage. This is speaking about women seeking out the men of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to basically save their soul. Because as a man, you are the Lord. You are ruling over that woman. All right? What's going on? You say God is real, not me. Okay, not you then. All right? We don't want you then. If that's your mindset, trust and believe brothers do not want you. All right? Because you already in a corrupt, perverse vibration, sister. Okay? You believe that a man should not rule over you. Well, you're going 100% against the Bible. And your name is God is real. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in the words that he said. You don't believe in the divine order that he set up. So, not me. Come on now. Are you serious? You get up out of here. I just mute you. I ain't gonna block you though. So that's pretty much it, man. All right. Once again, the elders, when they say, don't live with a woman, they mean not to move in with a woman. They don't mean that a woman cannot live with you. They mean do not give that woman power over your life, over your liability, over your prosperity, right? At the end of the day. So that's pretty much it. I don't see no questions. Brothers ain't got no questions. Any brother want to come up, you could come up. I got about 10 minutes, possibly 20. But Shabbat Shalawam to everybody. I just wanted to get a quick one in based upon that BS that I saw. Separate households though? That's crazy. You married but separate. That's wild. But that's showing you this place is corrupt. This place done. It's through. Marriage ain't even sacred. You know? Marriage is it's supposed to be private. It's supposed to be. Why would you even start a page posting nothing about, like, all about your marriage? That's supposed to be sacred and private. It's a sacred vow, man. All right? Kananaya. Come on. What? Bro, I'm starting to think you watching IUIC or something, bro. What you talking about? The Shabbat started. Yeah, we in the Shabbat right now. It's the first quarter, man. Man, well, you lucky Alliance of the 12 ain't in here, because he was on your head yesterday, man. You lucky right now. You gotta tighten up, bro. You gotta tighten up, man. You know what I'm saying? Shalawam to you, though. But you gotta tighten up. You know? You're my brother, though. You gotta tighten up, though. Kyle to Wild, man. Kyle to Wild. I know you ain't talking Drake. Drake trying to make a joke. Aubrey Graham. Hey, go ahead, relax. Shalawam, go ahead. You can ask your question. Yeah, Mr. Stewart, we observe the lunar Sabbath. That's the proper way. That's the that's the way of the scriptures. Right? Anybody observing anything else, they under Catholicism, they under they under something wicked. Because it ain't no other way to observe the Sabbath. Only, just by the lunar. I got a whole page dedicated to it. Everlasting Mercy 144. All right? The Shabbat started today, right? And you could go outside, look at the moon, and you can see that it's right there. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me go to my other page. The page that I'm on right now, and it shows you. I showed you the half quarter. Right here. Right? As you can see, first quarter Shabbat. What do you have in the sky? The first quarter moon. It all makes sense. I don't get how some of you people can't understand it. Right? So, I mean, what we do, the heavens speak. The skies show that we are in order, the correct way when it talks about keeping the Shabbat. Right? Because on our Passover, it was a blood moon. All right? On some of these other guys' Passover, ain't nothing happened. All right? So, hey, we, not boasting, but we know that we in order with the Shabbat. And that's good that you keeping the lunar Shabbat, Mr. Stewart. That's great, man. All right. Relaxed mood. I couldn't see your question if you asked it. I couldn't see it. Go ahead, ask it again. I'll follow you over there. And go back over there. Got you. I just followed you back. The brush, where can I find a proper one? Okay, I got you. My rib got me one. Let me see. She got mine off of Amazon. What is it? It's just, I guess, type in. You could probably just type it in. All right, man, I have to ask her. But it's basically, I do it right now, man. I'm gonna find it. It's a Tampico brush. Tampico hairbrush. Right here. Right? Zell, you could screenshot it if you want to. But I mean, you know, you could find other ones. You could find a cheaper one or whatever. As long as it's not boar hair. You know? As long as it's not boar, pig. You get a horse brush. You get, I think some brothers got lamb hair brush. You know, you got many different types. I wouldn't suggest plastic because, you know, it's not good to use plastic at all, right? And you know, but I got the Tampico. I think it's like a Mexican, I think it's a flower or something like that. But that's the one I got right here. Zell Bar Hard Vegan Beard Brush. I just use it on my head. I mean, I use it on my beard too, but I'm gonna use it for my. This one's kind of small though. All right, keep in mind that if you do get it, this one is kind of small. But yeah, yonder boy. But shoot, that's it, man. If y'all ain't got no more questions, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalawam. All right, facing the east already. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors again to the elders of Great Millstone, also known as GMS, and Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. Always Kwam Yasharahla. And a Bible ball to this wicked kingdom. May Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi destroy this bitch soon. All right. I'm a Taza. Nope. I'm out. I'm kind of glad ain't no brothers come up because I'm out. Hey, I love it, but shoot. All right. Hey, Shalawam. Shabbat Shalawam.